The daily code snippet. Now what if you want to add a particular style to a column? We have a way to target a table data cell, a table header cell, and a table row, but not a column. To do this, we have to introduce some new elements. A column group element and a column element. The column group element groups columns together, while the column element identifies a column. With the styling of columns, we can adjust the border, background width, and visibility. For other properties, you would have to target individual table data or table header elements. The column group element is added right after the table opening tag and will contain the total number of columns in your table by tagging each with a column element, COL, an empty element. So if you add styling to the second column element, you are affecting the second column. Even if you aren't styling a column, you should include a blank column placeholder so that the correct column has the styling applied. Here we are adding the same background color to the first two columns, and the third column has another background color for emphasis. So here we see the column group added right at the top. We have two column elements, not three, even though there are three columns, because one of our column elements has a span attribute to encompass two columns. Both column elements have style embedded in the HTML. The first two columns have a light gray background color, and the final column has a yellow background color. This code will display like this. We also need to discuss additional table elements that have to do with semantic markup. These elements help to identify roles for the content in our table. The table head, the table body, and the table foot elements. This is important when you have a long, complicated table with a lot of information. The table head element is used to further identify that first row as a header row. This is useful to those accessing your table data using an assistive device. It differentiates the header section from the body or main content, enclosed in a table body element. Any footer information would be in the tfoot element. This is ancillary information that puts the table data in context or may provide additional information to clarify the data presented. If you're using the table head element, all table row elements must either be part of the table head, table body, or table foot. No table row element can be a direct child of the table element. With HTML5, the table foot is located after the table body. Here is how we might use these in our previous example. This code will display like this. Make note, we really aren't seeing anything different about the table header row nor the table body by adding the table head and table body elements. However, to someone using a screen reader, these elements help with accessibility by identifying the header row and the main content of the table. But we have added a table foot with an additional note. Our table foot contains a table data element that spans all 5 columns using the colspan attribute, and we use an embedded styling to make the typography display a little smaller. Presented by Designers Learn Code.